Hey, this is my message to all men that wants to achieve long-term relationship. My name is Daniel and I'm the owner and the content creator of Relationship Blueprint, Executive Relationship Blueprint. And I have no script here. I have no relationship knowledge that I'm going to teach you. I just turned this camera on to able to tell you my story and why I even created this channel. Why I'm even creating the content itself, right? When I was 7, 8 years old, my parents, because they were missionaries, they wanted to go abroad. They wanted to go abroad to deliver the gospel of Jesus, to evangelize to people. They're from Korea, and from Korea, when I was 7, 8, I came to Czech Republic. So I'm currently living in Europe. And when I arrived here, I was kind of sick, and I had to take medicine for 3 months. But that is not the important part, right? The important part here is my parents were missionaries, so I went to English school first. I went to English school for 4 years, and within that years, I learned how to speak English and the basics of English language. My teachers were very nice, and most of them were woman teachers. And when woman teachers taught me, they taught me in a way that I I felt very comfortable there because it was kind of a fluffy environment. No one was bullying me, and no one was trying to hurt me or anything like that. And when woman teachers actually taught me, like they taught me in an American way, right? And now I think of it, it's kind of a more of a feminine, feminist way of teaching. But well, I'll speak about that later. But yeah, I went to English school for 4 years, and I changed to Czech school. And when I was 12, I went to Czech school. I didn't know any Czech language, right? So I had a real struggle to learn Czech, and it was disastrous. Like for 4 years of going to elementary school over there, it was a complete disaster. I didn't know how to speak their language, and I didn't know how to communicate with them. Culturally different, all the bullying, and I had a crush on this girl, and she kept on being very yeah, she just didn't like me, and I liked her very much. uh it happens, right? The high school or elementary school crushes, they don't like you. And I was this guy before I was in English school. I was very good at studying, I concentrated very well. But as I went to Czech school, my motivation dropped, and my sense of being and my confidence dropped. And I think that drop of confidence just led me into having problem with girls that I liked. And when I liked that girl, it was just a very hard situation to be in. My heart was broken. Yeah, and then when I was 15, I went to another school, and I found this also one girl at K-pop party. I went to a K-pop party because in Czech Republic you can actually go to like uh, parties like from 16 or 15. Eh, like a lot of people like visited to parties because also a K-pop party is not like a normal party. It's a Korean pop party, I went there and I meet one girl. We talked with each other and then we hang out. And I thought that was going somewhere. I gave my heart even before she gave hers. And then I found out that she found another guy that she was like dating with or something. And back then I didn't know how the dating worked, right? Because I was in the Disney fairy tale mindset, so I didn't really know how the real life dating goes, right? So my heart was broken when I saw it, and I just like I was crying and screaming and fucking. Now I think of it, it's very very funny. Like if I can actually go back to the past, I'll be like, Daniel, what the fuck are you doing? So yeah, so the 15-year-old Daniel, 16-year-old Daniel was keep on complaining about what the fuck is going on uh, within the sexual relationship, or man and woman relationship. I thought man and woman should be in a beautiful relationship together. That idealism installed by Disney and all the media stuff. And then I came across to this one website when I was like 15 or 14, I think. Yeah, yeah. I came across to this one website. It was talking about the what's it called? The pickup artists website. It was like 2015 or something. And that pickup artist website was talking about like how you can actually pick up girls, and all the people are uh, the testimonials of other people were telling that this is amazing, you should try it, you can get girls with this. And it was crazy when I saw it, and I was like, I really really want to buy this, but like I didn't have a credit card, or I didn't have any card to pay with, and I can't be stealing from my parents. So I was like, God damn, I can't buy this, and the only source of picking up girls is gone. Now I think of it, it's so funny, right? So going on to 2016, 2017, like from 15 to 18, it was like one of the darkest years. I got super bullied, and I didn't get like physically bullied, but my mental state was completely fucking broken. And I completely lost trust in anyone, and I didn't even, combined with puberty and all the hormonal changes, it's just my mind was just in a merge of in a verge of breaking. And like I really really wanted to, uh, yeah, like off myself back then, and it was crazy. And I really had a lot of crushes on girls back then, right? Every time I saw a girl, I just liked her. I just wanted to approach her, but as you can see, because I was so heartbroken, I approached as if she was going to decline me and she was going to deny me, and it exactly happened like that. They denied me, they didn't want to be with me, they felt a very strange energy, I guess. Yeah. Uh, if I was a girl, I wouldn't like to be with a Daniel that was 10 years ago. I wouldn't be like that. So, from 2015, when I was 15-year-old, I started to learn about relationships, but relationships in a bad way. I tried to study about the contents on intersexual dynamics with like, sorry, the information from women, what they want. I thought women are going to tell me what they truly want, but well, they didn't. I used to watch these Korean YouTubers on how to pick up women, or how to achieve women's hearts, but they don't teach you. They're not going to teach you anything what you want. They're going to keep you in circles because you as a man, you have a burden of performance to find the shit that is unseen, because the things that are unseen and things that are outspoken, they are easy, and the path to enlightenment and a path to uh, achieving the things that you want, including girls, are harder than you think, right? So they, women and girls, they don't teach you what they want. They truly don't. And I found this out from 2015, when I was 15, to 20 years old, until COVID era. I struggled and struggled and struggled, and what the hell is going on in this world? And uh, I always tell you guys that I have experience, 10 years of experience on applying the knowledges, and I've studied the intersexual dynamics, right? It includes making mistakes too. I've been making mistakes constantly. Like, I tried 20, 30, 40 times. I don't know how many times I tried. Like, seriously, I tried 40, 50 times and it didn't work out. Just didn't. And well, so I tried that many times and didn't work out. So where did I finish? Yeah, I tried that, and until COVID era, I was just lost. I was lost. I couldn't find a way to escape this endless cycle of how do I get girls, you know. Then when COVID era happened, I was mostly staying at home, as most people did, and um, it was a time to turn back to myself and self reflect. What the hell is really going on? And I found this one Korean channel that talks about intersexual dynamics. I watched him and I was shocked. I was enlightened on real roots of real roots of human nature, and what the rules of these intersexual dynamics really are. And I found his channel, watched it over and over again, and that guy had roots on the red pill contents from Rollo Tomasi, and I searched his YouTube. I listened over and over and over again, and at that time, Rollo Tomasi and the red pill wasn't really in the mainstream. It was not. It was not yet in the mainstream, but also Rollo Tomasi mentioned that he didn't really want the red pill to be mainstream, but it did eventually, right? So um, I was listening to this knowledges and applied in my life, and actually happened. Results happened. Women were more interested in me, and women were more, uh, open to me. But it was not the relationship that was sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Because my channel is focusing on the long term relationship. I wanted to really test out every single relationship types that I can try, and try to achieve these long-term stable relationship. But it was in the testing era. I was trying to test the red pill knowledge, how it really goes. And then I found out the channel Fresh and Fit, and you know when it got mainstream, red pill knowledge got mainstream. Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate, of course, and other red pillars, and all these relationship gurus emerged based on this red pill knowledge. I was directly studying from the source, but other people were copying each other, and I was looking at them and saying to myself, hey, "You guys really don't know the source of this." And the conclusion that I want to tell you based on this fact is Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate, they helped me in some ways, yes, but these contents that they were talking about, and they were, talking with girls, and how they talk about ladies, like, the contents that they create are very, very provocative, and it has a content of conflict. And even though they're trying to awaken men with a red pill knowledge, they're awakening men in a way that they have a they could have the negative perception towards women. So in the process of trying to help men, they were also unconsciously, unintentionally, I guess, installing negative perception on men, which I was one of them. I kind of had the negative perception towards women, and I think it's the process, right? Like, you have to be in the process of that, and so unconsciously, subconsciously, I had negative perception towards women, and it was very shown in my relationships too. Not even like man and woman relationship, but just of woman friends, right? When I was behaving and communicating with them, it showed, and it showed me that they were communicating to me in a way that I didn't like, and I tried to force the conversation with them. I tried to um have good relationship with a woman friend, but apparently they really didn't like me. They didn't really like me. Um, so I tried to find an answer and find an answer and find an answer, and then I found this one book called Reality Transurfing. It just came to me. I just bought a course from Imangachi, and Imangachi likes, he's a business owner, and he's a very famous business content maker. He also is a fan of reality transurfing, and I got inspired by him and began to read that. And while I was listening to the audiobook over and over again while delivering food, right? While I was riding a bicycle, I delivered food, and heard this one sentence: drop the importance. Drop the importance. Importance, the attachment. Drop the attachment, right? And I was kind of skeptical on trying to, apply that in my life. But there were some emotional experiences, negative emotional experiences that I had while I was communicating with my friend, with my like dance friends, right? Because I know how to dance. I have a dance group also. While I was communicating with them, I felt this negative emotional state. And then I told myself, drop the importance. Drop the importance. And as the time went by, after 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, I began to emotionally stabilize. And yeah, I got the result. I just came back to present moment. I was no longer in my head anymore. I came back to present moment, and I began to laugh and communicate normal with my friend. And I was like, what is this? Drop the importance? What is going on? So I just decided to dig into these into this concept deeper and deeper and deeper. I tried to find other self-help books and other stuff, but I couldn't really find a good one. So here's the one recipe that I found, right? The red pill, the intersexual dynamics that I achieved, but I couldn't really have the long-term relationship side, even though the red pill helped me to achieve the, I guess, the sexual side, the short-term relationship side. The long-term relationship side is the realm of the invisible. And the things that I did was, one of them was drop the importance, and I was able to restore the relationships that I had. And I dug deeper into this concept, and I found neural knowledge. I found neural knowledge. Maybe you guys know of him, maybe you don't, but neural knowledge is a guy that teaches about esoteric knowledge and spiritual knowledge. When I first heard this definition of manifestation is internally shifting to a mental state, or internally shifting to a degree to which you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. That's his definition of manifestation. And that was the exactly dropping of importance, dropping the emotional dependency on things reality change, having woman, and having all the things emotionally being attached to it, because you can only have what you already have within yourself, and it will be also shown in the external world. When I found this concept, I kept on listening to neural knowledge over and over and over again over the past 2 years. I think it was just um, it was just insane amount of time that I invested in listening to his lectures and all the things that he said. And then it finally clicked. All things just clicked. I was on the lower level in the beginning of my journey on achieving the long term relationship. I was in this lower level. And then as the time went by, I went to the knowledge state where I was achieving the knowledge of, uh, you know, how the relationship worked. And then I went up to upper stage where how to, attract girls and have sex. And then I went to an upper stage where how to achieve the long-term relationship. And then I went to upper stage how to achieve the enlightenment in this life. So, yeah, this is the basically the path that I took until now, and this is the path that I have been following. Because I say this following because I don't know what has led me to this point, and I don't know what has led me to make this YouTube channel. But the goal of this YouTube channel is to prevent you from having unnecessary amount of mental pain, to reduce your mental pain within the realm of relationship, because I know what it feels like. I went to so many heartbreaks, and I still remember when that Korean YouTuber guy told me that, damn, you becoming yourself, new self, is like killing your friend, because you need to kill your old self to become you, and it's like killing your old friend, killing your friend, and I was reborn. Mm. Yeah. So if you are really lost in terms of relationship, and if you are really lost in terms of trying to find what is the correct path, um, if this message really resonated with you, and you need a guidance, like, of course, if you resonate with someone else for the guidance in terms of relationship, you can follow them. It's okay. The thing is, if you really need a guidance and really know how to follow the definition, my definition of long-term relationship is attracting and finding the right woman who has the ability to enter into your masculine frame, thus cultivating genuine burning desire and maintain long-term stable relationship. If you wish to learn this, then work with me one-on-one. You can go into link in the description, right? um yeah, I think I have nothing more to say. I just want you guys to know that, like, relationship, it needs a correct guidance, and I do not want you to wander around like me for 10 years to able to find this path. I went this way, that way, this way, that way. It was crazy amount of wandering, and I don't want you guys to suffer like me. At least reduce the suffering, right? Yeah. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you stay tuned for more value. Thanks.